let's put some documentation in our code and learn about comments. Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. Welcome to the Mentor Code Lab. Today we will talk about commenting and documenting our code. Remember, right now you may know what you are typing, but 6 months later, a year later, if you have to come back and update your code, you will get confused because you would forget what was the purpose of a single line or a method or a class. This is why you should get into the habit of documenting your code as you move forward. Putting documents inside your code has two benefits. The very first one was reminding yourself about the functionality. The second one is that if you give your code to someone else, he doesn't have to sit back, read your methods line by line to understand what is going on. He just needs to read the documentation, the comments, and he would already know what to do with that code. To put documentation in your code, you have three different choices. The very first choice is to put a single line of comment. To putting a comment, you type 2 forward slashes, and anything that comes after that forward slash is called comment. Now, comments are not being compiled by a compiler. They will be ignored. If I put an exclamation mark, a hashtag, a dollar sign, things that are completely meaningless, and I compile the program, you will see that it will compile, it will print the 3 lines without any errors, because the moment compiler sees 2 forward slashes, it completely ignores the rest of the text till the end of that line. And that is how we can write whatever we want as comments for documenting our code. For example, I can say this is a comment. Okay. Now, another way of putting a comment is at the end of the line. So I can say, hey, this is the comment, and both of them will work. Another way of writing a comment is to put multi-line comments. Put a forward slash and a star forward slash. Anything that you, and by the way, I'm just hitting enter here, okay? Anything that you write between these lines are being ignored as comments. So again, this is a multi-line comment. System will ignore everything here, okay? So as you see, this is how you will put a comment. However, now remember, if instead of 1 star, I put 2 stars. So for example, in this case, forward slash star, and then hitting enter, this will become what we call Java doc. It will produce the same info that you see as you move your mouse on top of something. For example, if I remove it, you see the same stuff. However, if I start typing something here, this is the main class for execution of the application. Okay, if I move my mouse on main, you see my text now is showing up inside the description, and that is how you would add documentations. This place is where you can put some tags here. Okay, so for example, like this, and then we can say @author, and we can say whatever, I don't know, the Mentor Code Lab. And again, if I come down, you see that it puts a single empty line and says author, the Mentor Code Lab. So I can put another line, and in between I can say please subscribe to the channel and like the video here. And for here I can say @link and youtube.com. Okay, so if I move my mouse now, you see that it changes the color for YouTube because it's a link now and it shows up as a link. However, it's not clickable. I can just select it, but I can't click it. Now, if I want to make this YouTube a link, a clickable link, I can use something else. I can say href equals to double quotations, and this is http://www.youtube.com, and I will end it here. I will close it and I will say, hey, it's YouTube, or I can use here. actually. So let's take a look at this, and you see that here is still showing, but it's a link now, and I can click on it and it will open a browser and go to the YouTube page. Okay, so where can I put my Java documentations? On top of the class, on top of my methods, and you see that immediately it's putting something there. It's saying that, hey, I know that this method is accepting a parameter named arguments, and now you can just write your things here. For example, this is the arguments for the main method, and if I move my mouse on main, you see that it says public void main arguments, and then it says params args. This is the arguments for the main method. So I just documented it, and of course I can write anything I want on top and it will still show up wherever I want to. So here is the text, Another thing is the return type. So I can say at return void or nothing. Okay, another thing that we can write is at since, and it means the version of the program, and we can say at C, and here we will put another one of those links here. So we can say, hey, look at this link for the information if you need to, okay? And I will say test. And for this, I will say href equals to hashtag. So it won't go anywhere. So if I move my mouse here, now you see that we have params, return type, since version, blah, C also test. And I can write all of that. Another place that you can put Java documentation is on top of a single field inside your class. However, right now we don't have a field. Just sit there and enjoy the show as I write some code. Okay? Don't pay attention to this because it's just an integer type value definition. But here and now I can put another Java documentation explanation that this is a type value. Okay? And if I move my mouse, you see field typ may be final, blah, 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 blah. Because that's just IntelliSense telling me that, hey, you can add stuff on top of that because we have warning here. But take a look at here. This is a type value. This is my documentation on this field. One last thing that remains inside this category is to do. Now, you may remember that we had a to-do list here, and when I was explaining the interface, I showed it to you that whenever you put a comment, if you start your comment with the words to do, it will show up here immediately, okay? And you don't need this column. The word to do is enough. Being small case or capital letters doesn't change that. And anything that you type here will continue after the to do, so that this is a reminder for yourself, not anyone else. It's a reminder for the programmer that, hey, we need to do something here. Come back to this line of code and complete your job. Get into the habit of using to-dos, comments, and Java documentations, because later down the road in your life as a programmer, it will really save your life and time and effort. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on that bell so that when I publish a new video, you will get informed. Have fun, everyone. Bye.